Okay, now for another fear. What if they ask if I own property? And the answer is you don't. Here is the truth. You don't need to own a house to be trusted. Let's break that limited belief right now. Most people think this. If I don't have a house, they will assume I have no reason to come back. But that's not how it works. Some visa officers don't care if your name is on a piece of land. They care if your life pulls you back through that land. Owning walls is just one type of a signal. You can replace it with other life anchors. Let's start with a career or education. If you don't have property, your job or school becomes your main magnet. Job contracts with return dates, school enrollment documents, leadership rules, scholarships, department duties. If your career or education is growing and has a schedule, the officer knows you're not leaving it behind. Now let's talk about family gravity. Family can be a deep emotional anchor if you show it the right way. Are you caring for your parents, raising children, supporting a spouse or sibling? You want to say this: I am not tied by buildings, I am tied by people. Because human build strong bonds, then bricks. And lastly, don't overlook community and culture anchors. Religious involvement, your church or mosque or temple, volunteer rules, professional grounds like teacher unions, business clubs, local networks. When your name is tied to the fabric of your community, leaving suddenly doesn't just hurt you. It creates a gap in your world. I once had someone from Peru, 27 years old, no house, no spouse, no kids. But his case was solid. A permanent job at a respected firm, a leadership role in a youth mentorship group, volunteer hours with a Catholic charity, proof of night school MBA classes. When asked why they would return, he didn't mention owning land. He talked about leading people, building projects, and growing roots. He got his visa approved in 2 minutes. And here is your final truth. You don't need to show ownership of things. You need to show ownership of purpose. If your name isn't on property deed, make sure it's on contract, calendars, leadership projects. Show that your life isn't finished, that there are chapters left to write at home. Let's do one last exercise together. Write down 5 real things in your life that would be affected if you stayed away too long. Work, family, school, community, and so on. You get the idea. Now find or create 3 documents that prove each one and practice describing them in one short and powerful paragraph. Something like this. You can say, I lead a team at work, volunteer weekly at my youth group, and help care of my niece. I'm scheduled to return home after my trip to continue all 3. You don't need land to prove your life matters. You need gravity, and you already have it. You just need to package it correctly, because you're not empty, you're not weak. You're rich in responsibility, in purpose, and in belonging. And when the officer sees that, not just words but real proof, they won't just approve your visa, they will trust your story, and you will win.